We always love coming down to the Saskatoon Food Bank Garden Patch. Joining me right now is Janna, and she's going to show us a little something different. She's going to show us some tips on weeding. Now, Janna, I know nothing about gardening, let alone weeding. How often do you weed? Do you just pluck the tops off? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so weeding can happen throughout the whole season. It depends on your soil and what you have going on. As soon as the weeds come up and you're able to identify them separate from the crop you're going, that's when you want to get in there. The more they grow, the more they're taking that water and nutrients you want your crop to have. So as soon as you start seeing them and they're big enough to say, hey, that's not a carrot, you can get in there. And then kind of weekly, if you do a good round in this kind of intensive situation, then you're going to be set up real well for the season.
All right, perfect. And I mentioned it right off the top. I see that, is this a weed right here? I don't even know.
It is.
Okay,
you're right.
So would I just go like that? Is that good enough?
Nope, that is, you can do that, but you're gonna have to come back sooner. So this is a type of grass that just comes in and you wanna pinch it and pull as many roots as you can.
So right down to the root.
Yeah, go right to the base. For weeds that we have here in the garden patch, I find hands are the most efficient because you can be very accurate. If you had a bigger weed and you were having trouble, you can use a trowel or anything to kind of dig down, help pull that root out.
Okay.
The soil is moist here. That's a good thing to watch for because if the soil's dry, you're going to be pulling that top and breaking it.
Okay,
so
and then come back.
after a rain, when it's not too mucky to walk on, is a great time to do your weeding.
Those are some great tips.
So you're holding a type of clover, and that, I mean, it's a beautiful plant, but it gets very large in the garden and it's taking up a lot of the water and space that we want our carrots growing.
Okay.
A common one we see here is the red root pigweed. And so that's going to get really big and produce lots and lots of seeds. So really good to get your weeds out before they flower and make seeds.
That's good to learn what weeds look like and the names of these weeds, because then you won't go pulling out beautiful carrots.
Totally, yes.
Now, what about mulch? How does that help the process?
Yeah, so mulch is amazing to use for a weed suppressant, and mulch is really anything that covers the soil and keeps moisture in, and those weeds don't germinate under as often. You're never going to have a weed-free garden. Here we use a lot of straw, so straw bales, raked up leaves from the trees. You want at least about 3 inches thick to make it so those weeds don't know there's light up there and they won't germinate. And mulch is also going to keep that moisture in your soil, so really amazing technique.
Good to know. All right, so summarize it up. Very important to be out there weekly in your gardens looking for weeds because they are taking away nutrients from your vegetables or your plants.
Yeah.
All right, great tips to know. So everyone get out into your gardens, check for those weeds because we want the most beautiful flowers and the most delicious looking vegetables, especially here at the Saskatoon Food Bank and Garden Patch. Thanks so much, Janna.
Thank you.